Hello, hello, coffee time again. It has been a good old ages since we spoke about setting up your own espressos, dialing in your espressos. So I thought you've had loads of time to practice. Let's talk about ratios now. Okay, first thing I want to do with you guys is say, do not worry, okay? This is not complicated and it's no big drama, okay? Ratios you'll hear a lot about if you've gone online and looked up anything to do with your espressos. It's kind of like the new way of doing things. So basically it goes like this. You pull your espresso, okay, the old school way, and basically you're looking at about, probably, if you weigh it, about 50 to 60 mils, okay, or that was the old-fashioned 2 ounces as in volume, and that's how we used to do it. But the new wave, I think they're calling it the third wave of coffee now, the new way of doing things in the slightly better coffee shops, and now they actually do it by ratios, and it's by weighing everything, and it's simply this. The ratio is the amount of dry coffee you use, so your dose, versus the amount of actual liquid espresso you get out of the machine at the end, okay? And you'll see lots of people saying they do theirs as like a 1 to 2 or a 1 to 3 or that kind of thing. But again, I'm showing you guys this so that you've got something you can play with and try to get the coffee that you like. I do not want you stressing about something being right or wrong. There is no right or wrong, regardless of what folk in the forums tell you. It is simply the coffee that you like to drink, what you like to taste. So I'll show you, but basically all it is about weighing things. And as usual, when I do a video, I have to remove a cap from somewhere it shouldn't be. Penny sweetheart, you really don't need to be in the coffee cupboard, do you? No, you don't. No, you're very adorable, but you don't need to be in there. Mummy's going to make coffee. You could help. No? You think they might earn their Felix. Right, okay, we have scales. Yeah? And I've got my little coffee cup. This probably has a fancy name. It's just a measure cup. I also use this for making cocktails. It's fantastic. But it has old-fashioned volume, fluid measurements, and the same again, millilitres. But this is by volume, not by weight. And the reason I'm telling you that is because if you do this at home, you'll see you could pull the same volume of coffee every single time, but it'll weigh differently every time. And there's a reason for that. I'll show you in a second. So my coffee, the way I like it, is a 1 to 2 ratio. So the coffee I have in just now is from the Edinburgh Tea and Coffee Company, which is awesome coffee, and it is literally just up the top of the road here in Portobello. It is babby. That one that I'm doing just now likes an 18-gram dose, so that's what I'm pulling. Remember, flashy lights in the machine is because of the frame rate in the video, don't panic. Now you'll see me doing this when I'm making coffee. It's because not only do I want it level on top, but I tap it because I want to make sure there are no air pockets in there because I want it even throughout, okay? And what I do is I turn the tamper, again to help with it even, but you'll see when I tap, I always put my fingers either side. That way I can feel if it's level or not, okay? And I have people asking, saying, you don't look like you use much force. Actually, I'm probably using more force than you can see, but also you don't need as much force as people think. I see people tamping coffee and they're putting all their weight on it. Literally, no, you're just firming it down. You're not actually trying to compact the hell out of the thing, okay? The pressure of the water does that for you. So, like I say, I've got it set up to 18 grams. I know it's 18 grams because I weighed everything beforehand and tested it out before I did this video. 18 grams for me, but I'm going to show you this, okay? This is how I know. I use my scales on the actual coffee machine when I pour my coffee, and that way I know I can see the volume because I can see the lines, but also this way I can actually weigh my dose. Now, other everyone's machines will be different, okay? It's not super easy to get an exact weighed dose on this one, because even when you hit the stop button, it still carries on for a wee bit. So for me, I've found that I'm pretty much on target if I stop it when I see it getting to about 34 grams for me. So 18 grams of coffee, I do a 1:2 ratio, so 18 grams gives me 36 grams out. 18 grams of dry coffee in, 36 grams of wet espresso out, okay? 1:2 ratio. So I hit stop, for me, roughly about the 34 gram mark, but you need to experiment with your machines, okay? They may not all be the same. But I'll bring you in and I'll let you see. And there we go. So, markings on the cup, just to show you, volume says that's just under 1.5 fluid ounces. And I've just tipped it so you can see it's gone up. But actually the level is probably about 38 millilitres in volume, okay? Now, the reason I'm talking about volume and weight, and the reason that folk do this, okay, here's the cynics' reason. The cynics will tell you this whole new wave coffee malarkey is nonsense. And the coffee companies are telling that you have to do it this way because you use more coffee for less espresso in the cup, which means you'll, over time, use more coffee to just make your coffees, which means you'll buy more coffee. So it's a business thing for them. And to be fair, as a business, that makes sense. That's what you would do. But the other side, the whole new wave thing, is about different flavours in your cup, and it's about consistency. So remember we talked about this last time. The reason that you weigh things and check things is to get consistency, so you always know and you can expect that you're going to get the coffee the way you like. Well, as I said to you about the fluid versus the weighing it, that fluid measure takes into account the crema on top. Now, that crema is there because of the amount of gas coming out of the liquid, and that's what makes that lovely creamy crema layer. But obviously that is going to weigh different than the actual liquid that's in the bottom, and the amount of crema you get will vary with every coffee. So going by volume, you can't actually tell how much espresso you're getting because you'll get different amounts of liquid versus crema each time. Whereas if you weigh it, you know you're always getting the same amount. So that's why people go with the ratios and the weigh their coffee. So I haven't told you what is right or wrong because it's up to you about what you like. I like mine as a 1:2, so at the minute I'm using 18 grams as a dose, so 18 grams of dry coffee, and that gives me the 36 millilitres or grams out weighed. Okay, weighed, that's the trick. Some people like it to be a longer pool and they'll do a 1:3. Some people prefer it to be a much shorter and they'll do a 1:1. Okay, it's about your personal taste. These things give you different flavours and you see which one is right for you. So that is it. I promised you a long time ago I talked to you about ratios, and I haven't done it because I wanted you to get the hang of just making your coffee first. And now you understand, ratios are not a big deal at all. There's nothing special about it. It's again about making coffee the way you like to drink it, but finding a way that you can do it so it's nice and consistent. Right. I'm right in the middle of dissertation studies just now. I have no time to myself, so I'm going to take this back to the desk with me and get back to studying. See you guys.